The Galactic Council chamber was silent. The towering figures of various alien species sat in a circular formation, their eyes fixed on the trembling figure of Supreme Commander Varkshan of the Krell Dominion. He was not a leader known for fear, but today he looked shaken beyond belief. The war with Earth was a mistake. Varkshan said, his voice a dry whisper. We should have never challenged them. We thought they were weak. We were wrong. The council members exchanged nervous glances. They had all heard rumors about the Krell's defeat, but no one expected the Supreme Commander himself to appear before them, looking like he had seen death itself. Counselor Yildran, an elder of the Sarthian race, leaned forward. Explain, Commander. You've had one of the largest fleets in the galaxy. How could the humans defeat you so completely? Varkshan let out a shuddering breath. You don't understand. We have fought wars for centuries. We have conquered hundreds of worlds. I thought the humans would break like all the others. He gripped the table, his claws digging into the metal. But they do not break. They do not surrender. And worst of all, they learn. The chamber fell silent again. Varkshan continued, his voice gaining an edge of hysteria. At first, we had the advantage. Our ships were superior. Our weapons were more advanced. We struck their colonies first, expecting them to crumble. He shook his head, but then they adapted. Counselor Rinva of the Mithuri Republic frowned. Adapted? They studied our weapons, our tactics, our technology. Varkshan's mandibles clicked nervously. Within months, their ships were faster. Their weapons were deadlier. They developed countermeasures we had never seen before. Every battle, they came back stronger. We thought we were winning, but we were only teaching them how to kill us better. Murmurs spread through the chamber. The idea of a species learning and evolving tactics in the middle of a war was terrifying enough. But Varkshan was not finished. They did things we never imagined, he whispered. We bombed their cities, so they turned their own worlds into fortresses. We destroyed their supply lines, so they began producing weapons out of scrap. Their soldiers, he paused, his hands shaking. Their soldiers are not like ours. We fight for conquest. They fight for survival. They do not run. They do not surrender. If one of their warriors falls, another picks up their weapon and keeps fighting. They fight in ways we cannot comprehend. Counselor Xeric of the Vuruk Empire narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Varkshan swallowed hard. They used deception, misdirection, and psychological warfare like no species we have ever encountered. They turned our own technology against us. They savaged our ships while smiling at us during peace talks. They infiltrated our bases, destroyed our supply routes, and made us fear the darkness of space itself. He shuddered. And then there was Earth. We thought conquering their homeworld would break their spirit. Instead, it did the opposite. Their entire planet became a war machine. Factories worked non-stop. Civilians took up arms. Farmers became soldiers overnight, and then they unleashed their true terror. The room grew colder, the council members shifting uneasily. What terror? Yildran asked cautiously. Varkshan looked at him with haunted eyes. The humans do not fear death. Silence. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. Every species values life, Varkshan continued. We fight wars to expand, to gain power, but we do not throw away our lives needlessly. Humans, they see death as a price worth paying. They send soldiers on missions they know they will not return from, just to gain the slightest advantage. They strap bombs to their own bodies to take down our commanders. They sacrifice entire fleets if it means destroying one of our flagships. He clenched his fists, and worst of all, they do not stop. Even when they should be broken, even when their forces are crippled, they keep coming. One battle, they lost an entire fleet to our orbital cannons. We celebrated, and then, an hour later, they sent another fleet. Bigger, faster, stronger. They never run out of soldiers because every single one of them is willing to die if it means victory. The council members looked at each other in horror. They had all considered humans as an upstart species, barely worthy of galactic recognition, but now they understood why the Krell had lost. Varkshan leaned forward, his voice barely above a whisper. We begged for peace, and do you know what they said? They said, "We will accept your surrender, but if you ever come near our world again, we will erase you from existence." The chamber was deathly silent. Finally, Counselor Yildran spoke. "And what do you suggest we do, Supreme Commander?" Varkshan stood, his gaze sweeping across the council, spread the warning. "Let every species in this galaxy know the truth. Do not go to war with Earth. Do not provoke the humans, because if you do, they will not stop until one of you is extinct, and it will not be them." For the first time in the Galactic Council's history, every member was in unanimous agreement. Earth would never be challenged again.